was no sleep over what people say. Just let me live my life. You ain't give me my life. Nah, you can't tell me what's right.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Living Life with Tia. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome. Glad you're back. Glad to see you back. I'm glad you're here. Now, today's episode is called WTF. What the? I'm joking. Not that. Before y'all start getting excited, calm down, because some of y'all really do be saying that word on the regular. Not over here. We do not curse. I do not use any profanity, period. Not that WTF. Excuse me, WBF. What am I saying? Not that WTF, right? This one means what's the focus? Because honestly, that's a real question right now. What are you actually focused on? Because a lot of people right now, they are not lacking talent. They are not lacking ideas. They are not lacking potential. They are not lacking opportunities. They are lacking focus. And real focus, that is so hard to come by. Everybody says they want purpose. Everybody says they want success. Everybody says they want what God has for them, right? We love, that's one of my favorite songs. What God has for me, it is for me, right? But not everybody wants the discipline that comes with it, because focus will make you say no sometimes. Focus will make you miss out on opportunities, certain things. Focus will make you move different than the people around you. And sometimes focus will make you extremely uncomfortable. And not because it's, it's for your betterment. And let's be honest, sometimes it makes us uncomfortable, right? It's a lot easier to watch everybody else's life than it is to sit down and actually build your own. Let's be real. Some of y'all know more about what's going on in people's life on Instagram, Facebook, all WhatsApp, and TikTok, right? Then you know about your own actual goals. You know who broke up, who's divorced, who got engaged, who's sleeping with this person, who's doing that, who unfollowed who's beefing with who started a business, who's making a cooking, who started a podcast. Oh, you know who started a podcast. Oh my God, you know all about that. But if somebody asks you, what's your next move? You don't really got much to say, because you're just like, I'm just praying about it. Beloved, focus, right? Focus. So something recently happened, right, that made me think about this in the first place. One of my girlfriends in our friend group just got engaged. So everybody is excited and congratulating her, posting pictures, doing the whole celebration thing, right? But you already know how friend groups are. If you're a real one, you know how friend groups are, right? You have the main group chat, and then you have the other group chat. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because every friend group got that second chat where the real commentary happens, you know what I mean? And in this group chat, one of our girls said something like, she was like, oh, well, dang, what do we have to do for get married? Like, she not even da-da-da-da. I'm just like, Jesus. She's like, what I got to do to get married? Because she's almost 33 and she feels like everybody around her is getting engaged and getting into relationships, and she hasn't even found that real thing. And that is a real feeling for a lot of people, right? Especially in the church. I'm always going to be hitting that church vein. Now, me personally, I've never really been big on comparing my life to other people. I've always believed that what God has for me is for me. Before I've gotten into any relationship, the major ones, I wasn't the girl sitting around stressing about timelines. I was outside, and not outside like some of you church city girls. Like, I was outside working, traveling, church, literally living life in that circle. Okay. And, hanging out with my close friends. But I wasn't sitting around like, Lord, if I don't get married by 25, my life's over. If I don't get married by 30, my life is over. That just wasn't my mindset. So when I see people doing well, it doesn't make me feel behind. If anything, honestly, it motivates me because it reminds me that there is room for everybody. There is space for everybody. Everybody does not have to fight over one seat at the table. But the problem is, not all of y'all think like that. Everybody don't think like that. And then that's where that little thing called jealousy starts creeping in. And we about to touch that for a second because, Lord, jealousy is honestly such a weird spirit to me. It's a weirdo spirit. It really is. Because a lot of the time, people are bothered over absolutely nothing. Nobody mentioned them. Nobody was thinking about them. Nobody was competing with them. But they're irritated. And it's like, why? Like, why are you mad? And jealousy doesn't always have to be so loud and so dramatic. It can often, most of the times, it sounds like, well, her outfit was ugly anyways. Her man ain't even that cute. I mean, she all right. I mean, she's okay. Oh, like, that car is whatever. Like, it ain't a this, it's not a that. I mean, good for you. Good for her, I guess. Like, y'all know the tone. So don't act like you never heard it before because we all know what that tone is. And the crazy thing is, let me readjust myself because sometimes the real issue isn't even jealousy. Sometimes it's just misplaced focus because when you spend all day watching other people's lives, all day trying to figure out what they're doing. Some of y'all be trying to even make up these fake pages to come try stalk people. Some of y'all are weird, for real. I've come across some very, very crazy stuff because people are really just misplacing their focus. And eventually something ugly starts creeping into your heart. Comparison will mess you up because now you're studying somebody else's life like it's your assignment. And beloved, it's really not. Their marriage is not your assignment. Their platform is not your assignment. Their business is not your assignment. Their followers are not your assignment. And their timeline is definitely not your assignment. And I will always say this. If you see something online and you don't like it, the internet gave you 2 free options. Just two. You have 2 free options. Clap and celebrate. Or scroll. That's it. Say clap or scroll. But some people pick option number 3. 3. And that option is to be bothered for absolutely no reason. And now they're watching everything you do, watching your posts, watching your story. Oh my gosh. You guys see how many people watch my stories? It's crazy. You guys are weird. Like, why are you following me? But when you see you're going in the searching these people's names, watching their stories, watching your moves, you're trying to figure out what's going on. And whole time, you're just trying to live your life. You're not competing with them. You're not thinking about them. But jealousy has people creating competition in their mind and their delulu that doesn't even exist. And that's why I say jealousy is weird. Because if God is blessing somebody, that should encourage you. That means God is still moving. That means God is still opening doors for people. Why would that make you mad? That's like getting mad because somebody else got good food and now you hungry. Baby, get a plate. Go get a plate. And actually, it's just reminding me of David in the Bible. When Samuel came looking for the next king, ooh, yeah. That's good. And then when Samuel was coming to look for the next king, everybody was lined up, looking important, chest out, looking very polished and, presentable, trying to look like the obvious choice. And then there's David. David wasn't even in the room. He was outside, working, taking care of the sheep, literally. my favorite thing about David, minding his business. And that is my favorite part of the story. I love that part because that's literally how life works sometimes. Everybody else is trying to look chosen, and the actual one is somewhere being faithful. And we are that's like a trigger word for some of y'all. Lord, David didn't even know a selection was even happening. He was just doing what he usually does, whatever was in front of him. And sometimes the blessing comes to the person who is busy being faithful and not to the person busy being seen. But here is what most people miss. David got anointed and then he went right back in the field. He got anointed. David got anointed and went right back to the field. Now, if that was me, I would have been confused. Like, you just told me I'm going to be the king. Why am I back out here with these sheep? What's going on? Like, why am I back out here? What's going on? Where's my crown? Where's my palace? Where's my servants? Where's the announcement? Are we going to tell everybody? But sometimes God will confirm something in private and still make you serve in public. He'll show you where you're gonna go. But this still requires you to be faithful where you are. And that is where people lose focus, because everybody wants recognition, but not everybody is willing to handle those silent years, the studying, the growing, the discipling, right? The discipline, those seasons where nobody is clapping. They're going to clap for you eventually, but the seasons where nobody is clapping yet, sometimes the best thing God can do for you, honestly, is hide you while he's preparing you. Because some of us do not need more attention. We need to prepare ourselves. We need more preparation. And honestly, that is why I keep saying it. You're going to hear it a lot. My word in this season is alignment. Everything I do, I ask God one question. What do you actually want Tia to do? What is it exactly that you want me to do? Not what looks impressive, not what looks popular, not what everybody else is going to think is the right decision, not what everybody else is doing. Because just because something looks successful doesn't mean it's your assignment. Some people are exhausted because they're focusing on doing stuff that God never told them to do, knocking on doors God never told them to knock on. And when it doesn't work, again, y'all blame the devil. It's not warfare. It's just being wisdom, having wisdom. Sometimes God is protecting you from you. So let me just wrap it up, because we're reaching about 13 minutes and it's getting further along. So if I could give one piece of advice in this season, it would simply be this. Mind your business. Mind your healing. Mind your growth. Mind your discipline. And mind what God is actually telling you to do. Okay? Stop studying everybody else's life so much, because comparison is a distraction. It will distract you. Jealousy will drain you. Pressure will rush you. But if you focus will grow you. Focus will prep you. It will help you to protect your peace. And maybe that's the real question today. WTF? Huh? What's the focus? Is it your purpose? Is it your growth? Is it your assignment? Or are you so locked in on everybody else that you're missing what God is actually trying to do in you? Because God already knew who you were before you were in your mother's womb. We hear it all the time. He knows your timing. He knows your path. So you don't have to compete. You just got to stay focused. And that's WTF. What's the focus?